Hi guys, it's Yart here from IMA,
And True here from IMA.
and in today's video we're going to discuss the importance of
Attachments.
Hi guys, I'm Yart from IMA.
And I'm True from IMA.
So we were discussing, me and Killian, and we came up with a good topic that the attachments such as laser pointers, such as flashlights and such as scopes, and we came up with the discussion that are they important for Airsoft.
I think that most attachments are important in Airsoft, but there is obviously attachments that are just pointless. Well, I wouldn't say they're pointless, but they're not going to help you out in any scenario. It's just going to be aesthetics. Things such as muzzles, suppressors.
The second one you're saying, you could, when you increase the barrel length.
Well, yeah, that's true with some, but overall,
Overall.
they wouldn't do much. Like,
They-
in certain situations, depends on if you're customizing a build. Now they could help a lot.
Aesthetically, especially.
Yeah, aesthetically is the main objective of suppressors and muzzles, just to make the game and the airsoft rifle feel and look better.
Better, yeah.
But overall, they don't have any physical changes to your gun.
Flashlight. Flashlight. I'm so sorry. Flashlight. It could help you illuminate, like especially in a CQB arena. It could especially help you illuminate your target so that you can partially blind your target when you flash, especially with a strobe light effect, which means that it will turn off and on in a very rapid motion, and then it will disorient your target, and then you have one or two easy shots to get off. That's how most of the time I actually would get hit in Monster Airsoft, because of the flashlights, and especially with it on the strobe lights, that you'd see it out of nowhere and then you'd be illuminated towards it, and then the flash, and then you'd be shooting around, but they could be just hiding behind cover like that, and all they see is a torch.
Some of the cons with flashlights, obviously the main one being you can be seen. So if you're not directly pointing that at somebody, they can see where you are and have a rough idea of where you're going to next. See, a flashlight has a lot of pros, and it only has a few flaws with it. Like, literally is the only one I can think of right now is being seen. Now, another one would possibly be it could take up space on your rifle, which you could have for another attachment, which is probably one of my favorites, which is
Laser pointers.
pointers.
And laser pointers will help you, especially because most of the time they're red, and laser pointer will help you put a physical mark on a target so that you can actually see where you're going to hit the target.
Yeah, so also with lasers as well, like, as well as giving you an advantage, as in where your BB might hit, or roughly where your target is the main point of a laser. The cons to it again is you can be seen. Now, some lasers, if they're strong enough, will leave a really bright beam going across certain targets. So, and they can reflect as well off of any sort of glass or mirrors. So if there's any of those, it can reflect, giving away your position a lot easier. It's same again with flashlights. But there is a lot of items that use lasers and lights, mainly being a tracer unit, which is one of your biggest and probably my favourite attachment to have on any of your weaponry. And Troy's going to tell you some of the pros.
Yes. The pros of the tracer unit is the tracer unit illuminates the pellet so that you can see where the pellet trajectory is going. So if I shoot towards the camera, for example, I could see the pellet from leaving the gun to where it finally hits, so that I can have a rough idea, or if I was off, I could see where my pellet was going, and I could clearly see if I hit my target or my opponent, simply because that the pellet is illuminated. But the con of that is that those pellets are slightly more expensive, but the pro of that then is that you can actually see where your target is going to hit, or the pellet is going to hit, because of the trajectory, and you can watch the pellet fly from the nozzle of the gun to the target that you hit. So that would be the pro and the con of the tracer unit.
Yeah, so tracer units are exactly what Troy said. They're going to help you, like, learn to see if you need to adjust your aim. Now, in a normal, like especially in CQB, it's going to be very, very hard to see where even though your BB is white, it's still going to be very hard to see because it's such a small object. It's only 6mm. Just remember that, keep that in mind. So when you shoot that, you're not going to see, after it passes maybe about 4 to 5 feet in front of you, you're not really going to be able to keep track of it anymore, unless you're really, really good. But for the average player, you're not going to keep track of that.
Yeah.
And especially when your awareness is up, you're not going to want to look directly at and look for it as it's traveling. You just want to get as many shots up as you can. At least with the tracer unit, you can see where your target is. You've shot at your target, and you're going to know whether you're missing or if you've just hit them.
Yeah, and it's such a satisfying thing, especially because I saw someone shoot tracer unit at the other team, and I saw exactly where the bullet hit, and I just saw the bullet from the time it left the gun to the time it hit the person, and it was just a very satisfying thing. And his aim was very good because he used 2 shots to get a rough idea where his hop up was going, so he was easily able to maximize his hop up.
But we're not going to ramble on too much, guys. We can put this into another part if we want to add more attachments, and if you want us to talk about different attachments, leave your suggestions below, let us know. But I think one of the other attachments is really key to pretty much any airsoft is sights. Now, mainly I'm going to talk personally about the ACOG, considering that's one of the ones that I have. Red dots and stuff, we can talk about those in another video and probably give you guys some examples of red dots. But the ACOG is by far, both of us have used this. We both used this training, and I want to hear your view on it first.
Yeah, I actually think it paints like it pushes, like you can see a tiny bit further, but it's not too far. Where
it magnifies just enough.
Magnifies it enough.
Yeah,
but you can still see close.
Yeah,
like close range engagements.
You're not getting full tunnel vision as you would with if you were using a sniper scope.
Yeah, because the sniper scope you have to be close to it to see further away. But then if you have it up, that you can still see past the corners, so you can see what's on your far right, on your far left, and then you still have that picture straight in front of you, so that it will be easier to like navigate through a CQB arena, especially because where we used to play anyway, we haven't went there now since it got done up, but that there used to be a maze that you go around, and with a normal scope it would be harder because you had to be so close up. But with the ACOG you could put it up and still see from your left to your right, so I think that was a huge advantage of it. And I don't think there's much disadvantages. Actually, the battery, is your battery the same as mine? That is like more of a circular thing.
Yeah,
I think that was the only thing that you'd have to go to kind of a hardware shop. You couldn't go to your Centras or your Spars or your local stores to get the battery. I think you had to go to more of a hardware store, like Harvey Norman now, for example.
Yeah, I think that's one of the only cons. Besides, I think one con would be for more starter airsofters, is definitely with your face mask. It can interfere a lot when you're trying to adjust your sights. Because what I found when I first started using my ACOG was whenever I would try to rest my chin on the gun to look down my sight, the mask would always push against me and kind of knock my sight off. Well, not my sight literally, but my vision would be a bit off from where the sight is aligned. So if I was trying to shoot there, I would only see half of my sight instead of the full sight that I need to see.
Yeah, I get you.
So one con would definitely be your face mask. Now, there is a lot of people that have found ways around this. They use certain types of masks which actually have gaps. I don't know if you've seen those. They're the masks with the gaps in the side, so you can still kind of rest the gun here, which is I think very nice.
I never even saw them.
They're new, up and coming, and you can even get the ones with just fabric, so the fabric will just bend in with you. Which is for another video, guys. But that is one of the cons I found with using ACOG, and I think it will affect a lot of sites, but you do get used to it. You can make the adjustments, and again, you can get stocks that dip and lower. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys found anything interesting, let us know. Have a conversation in the comments. Hit us up over on our Insta. Hit us up on Facebook. Let us know what you thought of today's video, and if there was anything that helped you out make a decision, or if you need help making a decision, let us know in the comments and we'll do another video.
Perfect. I've been Yart.
I've been True.
And this is I May. Love and peace, brothers.
Happy airsofting.
Happy airsofting, lads.